Very good. Okay. This is perhaps our 23rd or 24th year coming for the International Yoga Festival. And actually it was far before that when the first yoga festival was down the hill in the Rishikesh town. And I remember going there, and Mr. Iyengar, I think, began it. And no one did yoga. They just did demonstrations of postures. They just did demonstrations of postures. And to me it was a little odd because in the West we would do the yoga, but here they were just showing us how to do it. And then it went on for years till it came here, and now it's very active, as you can see with the amazing schedule and the many choices that you have. And it's grown and grown and grown to a most fantastic festival, I think, in the whole world. The people that we have, the presenters, the panels, the ceremonies, it just never ends. And I don't even know how you make choices of which ones to go to. But I'm very honored that you came here this morning. So we're going to start now. It used to be 2 hours, and now it's an hour and a half, which is fine, because it gets us going. So the thunder power of love, that is the theme today, for you to see how much thunder you have in you, how much power you have in you, and to know that it all comes from your heart. It's the only way that I've found that can heal myself and that can help heal the world, is where you're coming from. And oftentimes we think of love as a Hallmark greeting card in the West, of just hearts and love and all of that, which it is, but there can be tough love too, where you have to speak your truth. You have to come from your navel, and the navel will give rise to the love in your heart. But it has to be beyond words now. And nowadays, everybody says, love you, love you, love you, love you. And I think in some ways it's been diluted in its power. It's used so commonly. So contemplate when you say love you. Do you really mean it? Can you mean it to the depth of your soul? And then if you can, say, love you. And that comes from the thunder and power of that which will heal us and heal the whole world. So today, we're doing an ancient Kriya. We don't know how far back it went because our teacher really never knew who he was learning from. It was just something that was coming to him. And it was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And my feeling is that I was walking down from our apartment here in Rishikesh, I was a little cold. And I said, oh, I should have dressed warmer. And then I realized that we're yogis in the Himalayas in the middle of winter and snow. You probably did this Kriya a lot to get warm. So now we're doing it so we can just shake out anything that's not based on truth in your lives, your thoughts, your actions, the words. We live in a world where we can't really know what's true and what's not. Social media, how can you believe anything? How can you believe anything these days? Because it's so random and there's so much going around. How do you pick and choose what you believe in, what you stand on? Our teacher used to say, your truth has to be so strong that you're willing to die for it. That's what truth is. You're willing to give your life for that truth. Otherwise, it's just hearsay, it's just kind of its opinions. It's this which side you're on. If you're a Democrat or a Republican, or if you're from Argentina, or you're from Israel, or if you're from the Gaza, wherever you are, there's divide, 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 divide. And we're going to have a wonderful panel in a couple days that's going to talk about that. Because yoga means union. And if we divide ourselves as yoginis and how come would there be any hope for the world? We have the tools to stay neutral, to not get carried away on one thing or another, because it's just belief and it can change like the blink of the eye. But what's steady inside of you? What's never ever changing? Undying, unborn, self-illumined, that which doesn't have a change is your soul. So today, as we move, experience and investigate the intelligence of the soul. Because that's what will lead your whole show. That's what will lead your whole life. And when you make that connection, you don't have to plan anything. Yes, maybe to get on an airplane, but in most instances, we can let go, let God. We can be excited about what we don't know. We can be simply able to say, I don't know, and I'm happy not to know. It's a space of freedom. It's a space of angst not there. It's a space of worry not there. To be able to just go with the flow. Let God. Let go, let God. Because that's the real truth. That expression, God laughs while you're making plans. How many of us have made plans and then what happened to those plans? They weren't supposed to happen. And what do you do with that feeling? You give it back to Creator and you say thank you. Thank you for letting me not know. Because then life becomes very exciting. Your curiosity as a child becomes very alive. And everything is brand new to you. A flower, the Ganga, your friends, every single thing. And then you can be very excited and very thankful for your lives. Otherwise, you just feel confused. You feel worried. Your future, the past, on and on like that. To be present is to be neutral. And to be present completely, that's simply what enlightenment is. It's not that big a deal. It's just be here, be now. And let your day begin before the sun comes up. And you'll be covered by every single thing. So today, especially if you're a little cold, you're not going to be cold anymore, I don't think. Let's bring our hands up over the top of our head and begin to shake.